We're minimalists when it comes to growing and caring for tomatoes. Other than occasionally adding mulch, applying compost tea, and doing a little pruning, there's very little effort involved once the plants are in the ground. Our tomatoes haven't been fed with an NPK fertilizer, Epsom salt, or a calcium amendment. Though these products are often helpful and sometimes necessary, we do our best to build the soil so that they won't ever be needed. To this end, the tomato beds were filled with homemade compost and fresh worm castings. The compost was made from a broad diversity of ingredients, everything from wood chips and spent brewery grains, to straw and horse manure, to autumn leaves and used coffee grounds. This diversity helps ensure that a wide range of nutrients are available to our tomatoes. Though the compost is very important, I'm fairly confident that worm castings have more to do with the success in our garden than anything else. 48 pounds of worm castings were added to the tomato beds. The worms are fed shredded paper, autumn leaves, spent brewery grains, used coffee grounds, and kitchen scraps. The kitchen scraps include eggshells, which provide the tomatoes with the calcium needed to prevent blossom end rot. To further build the soil, we mulch the beds with organic matter and apply actively aerated compost tea. At the moment, I've intentionally let the mulch get a little thin. We've been having so much rain that I don't want to increase water retention by adding a thick layer of mulch. The rain has also curbed our compost tea applications, again because we don't want to oversaturate the soil. If it ever dries up around here, I'll resume mulching with leaves, aged wood chips, comfrey, and used coffee grounds. I'll also resume weekly compost tea applications. The final component of our soil improvement strategy is the use of nitrogen-fixing cover crops, which we plant late in the summer or early in the fall. Not only do cover crops fix the nitrogen our tomatoes need, but they also add organic matter to the soil. To see if rock dust or biochar provide further benefits, we're currently conducting field trials to test their effectiveness. The bed on the left was amended with rock dust, and the bed on the right with biochar. The center bed is the control and has no additional amendments. The most notable difference at this point is that the biochar tomatoes are considerably shorter than the control and rock dust tomatoes, which are roughly the same height. Whether this height difference has an impact on yield remains to be seen, as the biochar plants are putting out a good number of tomatoes. I don't know what the outcome of the trials will be, but even if we don't get better results with rock dust and biochar, we're already more than happy with the results we've achieved with compost, worm castings, mulch, compost tea, and cover crops. Well, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, remember, you can change the world 1 yard at a time.